Hello, my sister. Good morning. Kai, network, don't do this to us today. Oh. Network, just be nice. Ah, okay. Good morning. Can you hear me? Madam Uju, good morning. Can you hear me? Network, better be nice. Better be nice. Better be nice. Better be nice. Hello. Oh, she can't hear me. Oh, she can't hear me. Okay. While we wait for Madam Uju to come up, today we want to talk about everything CAC. Madam Uju is a lawyer and a chartered secretary, chartered company secretary. So when she comes up, she'll do the introduction herself and then let us know more about CAC and all that they offer us. And then, oh, she's gone. Wow. Wow. Network, please be nice. Better. Better. Good morning. Can you hear? Maybe I should change my position to network. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, good morning, my darling sister. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. Thank you, okay.
We are
How are you?
so I'm okay, I'm fine. We are so pleased to have you. We've been looking forward to having you here. Announcing since last week that
The
we'll be
network.
having you and thank God you're here. So you're welcome to Glomajos Business School. This is our YouTube channel and we discuss everything business here. We help our subscribers to start a business and do everything they can to make that business legal. A couple of questions about CAC. But before we go into that, please, I will beg you to take the honor to introduce yourself by yourself. You will do the introduction better. Let me just stop talking while I allow you to do the introduction. You're welcome. You can take the floor, ma.
Thank you, Ogechi. Thank you very much. Thank you for the opportunity to be here and lecture entrepreneurs and startups about the benefits of CAC registration. So my name is Uju Agbo. I'm a lawyer, a chartered company secretary with a passion for regulatory and compliance issues. So I teach people and I help businesses, with their regulatory and compliance issues like CAC registration, NAFDAC, any regulatory and compliance issues, whatever. I put them through it and I assist them in a nutshell.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much. In fact we are dancing that we could get into our channel today. So okay, so if you're here, if you know you have questions for Madam Uju, you can just type them in the comment section. I'll be reading them to her. But okay, so let's go into CAC. We hear CAC, so what is CAC and what do they do? What is CAC? Please let's start from the beginning.
Okay, sorry, I didn't get your question. What is your
I
question
said we've
again? I'm
been
sorry.
hearing about that CAC, those three-letter words. We want to know, please, what is CAC and what do they do for us as business people?
Okay, when we talk about CAC basically means Corporate Affairs Commission. It's
Okay.
a body that is vested with the responsibility of, registering companies, overseeing how companies run in Nigeria and what type of business. They just basically give licenses to businesses to function in Nigeria, be it a business name, a business name, a limited liability company, incorporated trustee, a company that is publicly listed. You have to be registered under the Corporate Affairs Commission. So, in a nutshell, before you do any business in Nigeria, there is a body, you know, with the requisite responsibility of registering that business in Nigeria, and that body is called the Corporate Affairs Commission.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much. So in a nutshell, CAC means they are the ones that regulate everything business registrations in Nigeria. So please take us through the various categories of registrations that we can have with CAC.
Okay, I'll be glad to do that. Before I start, I know I'm speaking to a lot of entrepreneurs. I know I'm speaking to a lot of startups out there. The economy is hard. There are no jobs, so a lot of businesses are springing up here and there. So, but the advice I'm going to give to everybody out there is before you start any business, whether shoe business, clothing, but whatever type of business you want to do, it's a good step. But before you do that, it's important you register your business with the Corporate Affairs Commission before you start building that brand, which will end up being popular, which will end up being big, because you can never tell how big a business might be. So before you start investing so much, the first step will be to register it. And I'll give you an example. A few years ago, I had a client. The client was into female fashion, anything female clothing. So, for some reasons, I'm not going to mention the brand's name because I have to protect the brand. So, I'm going to use the word XYZ. So, let's just say this brand name is XYZ, and they've been into female fashion for a long time. They had a lot of boutiques in Lagos, in Abuja, and in Lagos. Sorry, in Abuja and in Port Harcourt. And we women, we rather buy from a brand that is known. So over the years, they've been known. When you talk about female fashion in Nigeria, you talk about that brand. And then, because they are so big, they now wanted to register their business name. And then upon registration, they came to me and I found out that, oh, this XYZ that you've been using that is so popular and the brand is just known all over Nigeria is no longer available. Somebody so
Wow.
smart out there has gone ahead to register the business ahead of her. So she has lost
Wow.
right to use that name,
Wow.
lost
Wow.
absolutely the right to use that name. So what happens? She has to look for another name and seek for approval from CAC and register a new name altogether. And then she now started afresh to start building that brand. So this is a big mistake entrepreneurs make. Their own is just let's start doing business. Let's just start doing business. They don't even want to know if the name they're using to do the business is available or not. And it can lead to legal issues, it can lead to loss of customers, because at the end of the day they end up losing confidence in your business. It can lead to brand confusion among others. So having said that, dear entrepreneurs, please don't be like this my clients, who wanted to make all the money before going ahead to register her business with the Corporate Affairs Commission. So having said that, let's look at some of the business structures available in Nigeria. Some of the business structures, because I know I'm speaking to startups and I know I'm speaking with some entrepreneurs. So I may not go into details. I'll just, scratch the surface. So basically, what is business registration? We hear about business registration. What do we really mean by business registration? Business registration is a process by which a business is officially registered under the laws of a country in order to give it legal recognition. In Nigeria, businesses are registered under the Corporate Affairs Commission, which is an arm of the Federal Ministry of Trade and Commerce. Upon registration of a business, a certificate of registration is issued, which is a prima facie evidence of registration. So under the Nigerian law, there are different forms or structures of business. The first I'll be talking about is a business name. A
Okay.
business name can also be referred to as sole proprietorship. It is a one-man business where liabilities and assets are owned by the proprietor. The business owner operates in his or her personal capacity while trading with the business. The business owner represents the business in all situations since it does not have its own legal personality. Under this structure, the business is owned, funded, and mostly controlled by a single person or individual, and there is no separate legal personality. The proprietor of such a business or enterprise bears the full responsibility and liabilities of running the business. All the debt,
Okay.
all the profit is basically on the sole proprietor. We'll be looking at some of the advantages of a business name in Nigeria. And
Okay.
the first one includes Registering a business name is simple and a straightforward process compared to other forms of business registration. So all you need is
Okay.
maybe your two names, your two proposed names. Once it has been approved by the commission, you go ahead to registration. You give the CAC agent or your lawyer, as the case may be, you give them your details and what is the nature of your business. And once it is a legal one, the Corporate Affairs Commission approves it. So it's just a simple thing. It can be approved in maybe 1 or 2 days, as the case may be. So it's a very simple process of registration. Also, the
Okay.
registration fee for a business name are lower than that of a business structure. So for entrepreneurs who really want their businesses to have legal backing, but they don't have so much money, business name is a good place to start because the
Okay.
registration fee is not so expensive compared to other business structures. Also, another advantage is as a business name and a sole proprietor, making decision in the business is very easy as you don't need to consult anybody. You are the CEO. It's just a one-man business, remember? So you don't need to consult anybody at all. You are in full control of the business, thus making decision making faster. However, there are some disadvantage. Everything that has advantage also has disadvantage. So some of the disadvantages include: one is that a business name or sole proprietor is personally liable to the debts, obligation, and legal liabilities of the business. This means that your personal assets could be at risk if the business enters financial difficulties or legal
Okay.
issues. What this basically means that as a sole proprietor, all the debt, all the obligations, all the liabilities is on your head. You don't get to share it with anybody. You have to, service it by yourself. And in some situations where you fail to meet up with your obligations, they come after your personal assets. Another disadvantage is that although this form of registration is suitable for small and medium-sized enterprises, but it may limit the proprietor's ability to expand or pursue more attractive opportunities to investors and lenders. Business name may have a harder time accessing capital from banks, venture capitalists, and angel investors. What I'm trying to say here is that unlike other business opportunities, a business name, you may find it more difficult to access fundings. It's not like there are no fundings for business names. There are a lot of fundings. There are a lot of fundings. But compared to other business structures, you may find it more difficult to access some fundings because maybe the particular fundings or grants will need may be available for companies but not for business names. So any grant that is not available that is available to companies and not to business name will not apply to you. So you practically lose that opportunity.
Okay.
Another thing is that the perception of business name as a small or less formal entity may impact your ability to attract and retain skilled employees you know, who might prefer the stability and benefits associated with larger companies.
Okay.
Certain legal activities, contracts, licenses, and agreements may require a more specific business structure, such as limited liability company, to be recognized and enforceable. Operating as a business name might limit the ability to engage in certain business transactions.
Okay.
The business owner is personally liable for the taxes due from their businesses, considering that the business does not have its own legal personality. So, in a
Okay.
nutshell, what I've been trying to say is that as a business owner, your debts, your responsibilities lies with you. There are some funding opportunities that may not be available to you as a sole proprietor under a business name. And because a business name is small, you may not get to work with some people because there are some companies or there are some parastatals that would rather work with bigger corporations or bigger entities. But not to worry, business is gross. You have to start somewhere. You have to start somewhere. So be it a business name, you should not be discouraged. It's a good place to start. Another form of business structure is partnership. Partnership is a form of business registration where two or more individual entities come together to carry on a business with the goal of making a profit. It is formed based on mutual agreement of parties and mostly governed by partnership agreements. So I'll give an instance. So let's just say Ogechi, I know Ogechi is a guru in cleaning products, right? So and she has her company, or let's just say she has her business name, and over time she wants us to partner together, and so we now created probably a different business, and want to partner together. So that is what basically partnership is all about. When two or more persons come together to carry on business with the purpose of making profit, and it's from back. I'm back.
Okay, network. Thank God.
Okay, so I'll be looking at some of the features of a partnership. A partnership is formed with the intention of making profit. In a partnership, each partner bears a portion of the partnership risk, as well as its gain and losses. In partnership, you get to share the profits, the liabilities, the responsibilities with your partner. You don't get to bear it alone. You get to share it with your partner. Also, the assets of the firm are jointly owned by the partners. When a partnership is dissolved, its assets are allocated to all members in line with the partnership agreement. So let's just say in the first scenario I created, Ogechi and myself, we feel that, okay, we are done with this business. Let's just go our separate ways. Before we go our separate ways, remember, this business must have made profits over the years. This business must have had assets, equipment, money in the bank, and everything. We have to come together and look through the partnership agreement and then share our assets. She will take a particular percentage. I will take my own percentage in accordance with the partnership agreement. Also, a partnership agreement can have up to 20 partners, but no more than 20 partners. The partners are in control and make all decisions of the business. Let's look at some of the disadvantages of setting up a partnership agreement. One of the biggest disadvantage of okay, before that, let's look at the advantage. One of the advantage of partnership agreement is that it allows individuals with competent skills and knowledge and resources to come together. In the scenario I made, imagine me and Ogechi coming together. We're going to be a force to reckon with, right? Because she's coming with her expertise from her area. I'm coming with my own expertise. So it can never be the same thing as, we're doing our own thing differently. When you come together with two strong individuals with their different areas of skill and expertise, is the business will be more successful. Another thing you look at is, another advantage is you get to share responsibilities and reduce the burden it would have been where one individual, would have been running the business. So when you share the burdens, it makes it easier and it promotes specialization. Also, partners can contribute capital to the business, which can help in raising funds for operation, expansion, and investment. Since partners share the profit and loss of the business, the risk is also distributed among them. Partnerships are relatively easy to form and can be flexible in terms of decision making, management structure, and goals. So let's look at some of the disadvantages. One of the biggest disadvantages of partnership is that partners have unlimited personal liability to the debts and obligations of the business. If the business cannot cover its liabilities, partners' personal assets can be used to satisfy the debts, except in the case of a limited liability partnership. So just like you have in sole proprietorship, where the business has run into so much debt and liabilities, and that the business cannot, finance or meet up with its obligations, the assets of the partners can be used to satisfy such debts. Also, another advantage of a partnership is that disagreement among partners can arise, leading to conflict that may hinder decision making and disrupt the smooth operation of the business. So, where Ogechi and myself, maybe we end up having serious disagreements and we cannot come together to agree on one thing, it will affect the business at the long run, because we need to agree to move forward. We need to agree for the business to run smoothly. Also, while profit sharing is an advantage, it can become a disadvantage if there's a if there is a significant disparity in the contributions or efforts of partners, unequal sharing of profits can lead to resentment. Partnership can dissolve or face challenges if one partner decides to leave or if one partner dies. Another business structure we'll be looking at is what we call the LLC, Limited Liability Company. So I'm sure what most
Okay.
of you know is that, okay, you can either register a business name, either as a sole proprietorship or as a partnership, or you want to register a company. But company is a broad word. So a company can either be registered as a limited liability company, you can register it as a private company, you can register it as a company limited by guarantee, you can register it as a public company. But we'll be looking at, for the purpose of today's class, we'll be looking at, a private company and a public company. So when we talk about LLC, this is a type of business structure that offers limited liability protection to its owners or shareholders. The company has a separate legal entity, meaning that it is responsible for its action. This form of registration.
Wow. Network, please, 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 please. We're enjoying this class. I'm also learning so much myself. Please, madam, would you come back, please? I don't know why.
Okay,
Okay,
I'm back.
let's arrange my position, please.
I don't know what's going on with our
It's
network
network.
today.
It's network.
Okay, so let me just summarize what I was saying.
Okay.
Unlike the two previous business structures I mentioned, a limited liability company is very unique. And what makes it unique is the limited liability status it has. Meaning that if today Ogechi and myself come together to register a business, to register a company, limited liability company, the company is different from Ogechi and myself. The company has a legal personality. The company is a legal entity different from us, the owners of the
Okay.
company, different from us, the shareholders of the company. Meaning that as a legal entity, the company can sue and be sued. So let's just say
Okay.
me, Ogechi and myself decides to register ABC Company Limited, and maybe the company has issues tomorrow and they're suing the company. They're not going to come and sue me. They're not going to come and sue Ogechi, except in some situations where we have lifting of the veil. But generally, the person that will be sued is the company, which is ABC Limited. So there's a limited liability status on the company. Unlike the two other ones, which is the business name and the partnership, where you sue the owners of the company directly. Okay, so let's look at
Okay.
some of the advantages of a limited
Okay.
liability company. Shareholders are only liable to the extent of shares they hold and are protected from the company's liabilities and debts. This form of limited liability provides a level of financial security to the company. Also, a limited liability company is a recognized legal entity which can enter into contracts on its own and conduct
Hmm.
business in its own name, separate from the shareholders, like I explained earlier. A limited liability company offers a form of management structure to shareholders such that they can appoint directors who would oversee the day-to-day operation of the company, because a limited liability company is more structured compared to the other ones,
Okay.
compared to the other business structures. A company enjoys perpetual existence regardless of changes that might occur in ownership or death of shareholders, except that the shareholders decide to go into mergers or be acquired. This provides stability and continuity to the business, unlike a sole proprietorship whereby the debts of the proprietor leads to the end of the business, or partnership where the debts of the partners lead to the end of the business. In a limited liability company, it doesn't happen that way. The company enjoys perpetual succession because the company is different from its owners, except if the shareholders, decide to either wind up the company or decide to merge with another company or decide to be acquired by another company. Also, in a limited liability company, shares can be transferred to other parties. This allows for changes in ownership of the company without disrupting the business operations of the company. Registering a company makes the business more attractive to potential investors and opens it up for funding opportunities such as loans, grants from government, individuals, and other organizations. Some of the disadvantages. Some of the disadvantages include setting up a limited liability company is more expensive when compared to a sole proprietor and partnership. It's more expensive and it has to do with a lot of paperwork. You have to draft the article of association, you have to draft the memorandum of association, and the registration fee is also more expensive. Another thing is because a limited liability company has more structure. Information about its shareholders, its directors, its financial statements, and other public details are usually, in most cases, publicly available, which may affect privacy of the company. Compared to um, other business structures, a limited liability company might face challenges in raising significant capital from the public through stock exchanges. This is because they cannot raise funds from the public. That is a private limited liability company. As an entity with separate legal personality, there are formal requirements for meetings, resolutions, and reportings that must be adhered to. So, as a company, as a private company limited by shares, the CAC mandates you to have regular meetings, their statutory meetings, their annual meetings. Before you do anything, before you make changes, resolutions have to be passed and all of that. So, they have more rules and regulations. So the last one I'll be talking about is public limited liability company. This form of business structure is like a private limited liability company, which I talked about, but also it has the ability to offer its shares to the public and is listed on the stock exchange. Few years ago, there was this, shares were being sold by companies. You buy shares in GTB, buy shares in Coca-Cola, you buy shares in Dangote. These are publicly quoted companies, meaning that you can own a part of that company because their shares are available to members of the public, unlike private companies where their shares are not available to members of the public. So some of the advantages of a company that is publicly quoted is that, considering the nature of a public limited liability company, they can raise capital by issuing shares to the public through initial public offerings, IPOs, and subsequent offerings on the stock exchange. This means of funding can support business growth, expansion, and investment in new projects. Being listed on a stock exchange enhances the company's credibility and reputation. The shares of a PLC are traded on the stock exchange. This provides shareholders with the ability to easily buy or sell their shares, which can attract investors to the public. So let's look at the disadvantages. PLC, a public limited liability company, are subject to extensive regulatory compliance issues because they are held to a higher level of compliance, and this can cost a lot and be time consuming. Also, the value of company shares in the stock market can be subject to significant fluctuations due to certain market conditions, economic factors, industry trends, and company-specific laws. Also, PLC are required to disclose they are required to disclose detailed financial and operational information to the public, and this can reveal sensitive business strategies and potentially provide insights to their competitors. So, as a business owner who is starting to do business, I don't think you have any business with a PLC for now. What you basically have to look at is either a business name, you want to register your business as a sole proprietor, or you want to register your business as a partnership, or you want to register your business as a private company limited by shares. However, if you don't want to do any of this, maybe you have money and you want to contribute to the society, you want to affect lives, you want to carry out a charitable act, you want to either register a school, register a mosque, register a church, there is a structure under which you can come under, and that is called incorporated trustees. So these incorporated trustees are basically for non-profit or charitable organizations. It's a specific form of registration designed for organizations and associations that are established for either religious, educational, literary, scientific, social, cultural, sporting, or charitable purposes. The purpose of this organization is for public benefit and not for private gain. Compared to business organizations, the individuals that manage the affairs of the organization are referred to as trustees. So let's look at what are the advantages of establishing an incorporated trustee. One, registering the organization gives it legal recognition. Incorporated trustees enjoy perpetual existence such that the organization continues to exist, notwithstanding changes in leadership or membership. Reg- Registration with CAC opens the organization up for fundraising opportunities from donors, grant-making organizations, and government agencies. Let's look at some of the disadvantages. Registering an incorporated trustee has a lot of complex procedure and it takes a longer time compared to business registration. Also, the cost of registering an incorporated trustee is way more expensive compared to any form of business registration in Nigeria. If you are registering a business as an incorporated trustee, bear it in mind that this structure cannot engage in profit-making activities and they are restricted to the objectives stated in their constitution. So, in general, let's look at why should you as a business owner, why should you as an entrepreneur register with CAC? Why should I even register? Why can't I just, start my business and make my money? Why should I worry about registering my business with CAC? I will tell you why. One, registering your business provides legal recognition and protection for your brand. When you register your business name with CAC, you are securing exclusive right to use that name in your industry. This means that no one else can use the name or a similar one, which can protect your business from potential legal issues and branding confusion. It gives the business owner an edge over businesses that have not been registered and many others. So in the case of Ogechi now, who has registered her name and she's doing business with her name, nobody can use that name again that she's using. You know her by that name. In fact, when she mentions her brand name, the person you think about is Ogechi. So nobody can use that name. The law will protect that name. The law will protect that business. So registration with CAC gives you what? Legal protection and legal recognition to your business. Another thing is that registering your business gives you credibility. Having a registered business shows your customers that you are serious about your business and it can increase their trust in your brand. It gives your business a professional image, which can be crucial when competing with other business in your industry. Also, most people feel more comfortable paying for services and products into a corporate account with the name of the business rather than paying into an individual account. So when you register your business, you have the opportunity of opening a bank account, a corporate bank account in that name. If you don't register your business, you cannot have a corporate bank account. So, due to the increase in fraud in the cyberspace now, people feel more comfortable doing business with businesses that are already registered and have corporate accounts. So if I'm buying something online from a vendor that I don't know before, I'm just making a purchase for the first time, and then they give me a private bank account, and I'm like, oh, how am I sure I will not lose my money? How am I sure these people are not fraud? But when you give me a corporate account, I feel more comfortable and I can even go ahead and search for their name on the CAC portal. So it increases the customer's confidence in your brand. And when a customer's confidence is increased, it leads to what? More sales. As a business owner, you are interested in more sales, making profits. Making profit, that is the underlying factor for going into business, right? You just want to make more sales. Thirdly, registering your business name can help you secure finances and partnership. Many banks and investors require a registered business name before providing fund to you. So before you seek for loan, before you seek for investors, you need to register your business. So if you are going to bank now to seek for a loan to either for expansion of your business or to help your business grow, they'll ask you, okay, where are your CAC papers? Where is your certificate of incorporation? Where is your business name certificate? They want to see that to be sure that you are serious before they can give you finances. And even some investors, before they will take you seriously, they will ask you for your CAC details, your CAC papers, to show that you are really serious in doing businesses. So, registering your business gives you a lot of business opportunities, both with the government and private organizations. And also, when you register your business, you are complying with the law of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It is actually a crime to carry on business in Nigeria for more than 28 days without, you registering it. So compliance with the law, registering it with CAC, is a legal requirement for all businesses in Nigeria. Failure to register can result in fines, can result in penalties or even legal actions. So just have it in mind that when you don't register your business, you're going contrary to what the law says. And it's a crime in Nigeria to carry on your business without registration. So thank you for that. I would love
Wow, bravo. This is a master class on its own. I've also learned so much. Did you hear the last line that you can't carry out a business transaction, you can't carry out a business in Nigeria for more than 28 days without registering? I mean, like, if you do that, it is actually a crime to carry out a business, to say I am selling shoe. I have a business and you have done that for more than 28 days in Nigeria. That if that happens, then you actually committing a crime. Thank you so much. So, if you have a question that you for Madam Uju, please type in the chat section. I'll be reading it also. And please give this video a thumbs up. A thumbs up. Please let YouTube and watch this video. Okay, so I'll ask one question. As a small business owner, I started with business name. Is it possible for me to upgrade to maybe an LTD in the future? Is there a possibility? Yes, I am small. Now, the Bible says we should not despise the days of little beginning. I want to start small now. I want to start with a business. Can I upgrade it? Business become big to that is as maybe an LTD or another structure.
Yes, of course, you can. When your business grows and it has expanded to the point that you feel that no, this business name is no longer serving, it's time for expansion, it's time for new opportunities, you can upgrade. You, with the consent of the Registrar General, you seek for the consent to upgrade from a business name to a limited liability company to give you more opportunities as a business owner. So yeah, you can upgrade.
Okay, thank you so much. That is settled. So please, let's start small. At least the structure for a business name is not that complex, so we can start with that. And as our business, like I started with a business name, but by the grace of God, I've upgraded to a limited liability company today. So let's do the right thing. Let's be in the right side of the law. We have heard now that it is actually a crime to do business for more than 28 days in Nigeria without registering it. I'll ask another question. If I want to register my business with CAC, where do I start from? Yes, I know I must register my business, but I don't even know where to start from. Where do I start from? How do I start?
Okay, to register your business with CAC, I would tell you to speak with a lawyer or speak with an accredited CAC agent who will put you through.
Okay.
So there are procedures to it. If me as an entrepreneur want to register my business and I speak with a lawyer or a CAC accredited agent, they will ask me, okay, what is the name of your business? Provide two proposed names. You have to give them two proposed names that you want your business to bear. So when you give them the two proposed names, they will do what is called a name search to find out if these names are even available or whether they've been taken by another person. So if the names are available, they will go ahead and register the name. But if the names are not available, you have to give them another name until they find the name that is available. Once the names are available and they've been approved for registration, you go ahead and register.
Okay. Okay. So what about you've told us now that cost-wise, it is easier to register a business name. If I want to register my business, can you do that for me? Are you an accredited CAC agent?
Oh, yes, I am. I'm a
Of
lawyer
course
and
I know. I just wanted to say that with your mouth.
I
Okay.
am a lawyer. I'm also accredited with TSC to perform such activities on their site. Yes, I
Okay.
can.
Okay, so you've heard
Glad
it now. Okay, you've heard it now. If you want to I also work with her. So you can either contact, I'll ask her to leave her contact with us. And also if you can also reach out to me if you want to register your business. The cost, can you share a little bit more? Maybe not into details, what the cost implication is if I want to register either as a business name or as an LTD or even a partnership. You may not want to go into details, but how easy, how affordable are that in these registrations for a starter like many of us?
Well, it's very affordable. It's very, very affordable. For at least for business name registration, anybody can start with that. It's very affordable, and if you feel you cannot afford it, you can actually do maybe installmental payments for women
True.
who are struggling. We just want to
Wow.
encourage them to just give them that opportunity. So,
Hmm.
yeah, is like I
Wow.
said, it's very affordable.
Did you hear that? You can actually do that payment when you want to register, even as little as a business payment. If I'm giving you a clap for that. So you can see, can you please leave your contact for us to contact you directly? If you want to, you can do that, but also she can leave her contact. So you've heard from her. You can actually pay instrumentally to have that business registered. So you be on the right side of the law. So please, can you leave your contact with us so that we know when and how to get to you, ma? How do we get to you? How do we get to you? Please leave your contact, your phone number, your social media. Have any?
Okay, okay, you have my contacts. Okay, I'm giving you the permission. I'm giving you the permission to drop it if need be. So, yeah.
Okay. Okay. What of your social media handles? Any social media, Facebook, Instagram handle? Let's go there. Want to check you out. Want to find out. Want to see what you have
Okay,
done on the.
on social media, you can follow me at Corporate Matters. That is where I basically talk about company registration. I lecture people about agreements. I lecture people about regulatory and compliance issues. So on Facebook and on Instagram, you follow me at Corporate Matters. Then my personal social media handle is just Ujuago. Or yeah,
Okay, so you've heard it from her. So please go follow her on corporate matters on Instagram. You will learn more. You can imagine how much we have learned this morning. In fact, myself, I even never knew that it was a crime to do a business in Nigeria without registration. But I've known that today. I've learned that today. And if she's also told you that you can actually pay in installment. So I'm doing everything I can to encourage us to start that business and start it right. Let's do what is right in the sight of the law. I don't want us to be on the other side of the law. So you've heard it now. You can actually pay instrumentally. So if you think you want to reach her, you can get to me after and I'll give you her contact if you want to speak with her. Or you can also reach her through her social media handles. Corporate Matters. Corporate Matters on Facebook and on Instagram. Go there and learn. There are master classes on those pages. So just go there and learn from her. Thank you so much. I don't know if you have any question. Any one of you want to ask Madam Uju a question before she leaves. So I was budgeting, planning I will not stay for more than 30 minutes, but we are overseated. We are going like 45 minutes here. So if you do have any question before we call it a day, I am looking at the chat box. Any question, just type. Okay, so it's like it is well understood. The master class is master class. It is simplified and well as in thought. So thank you so much, Madam Ojo. We appreciate you for coming to teach us today. So if you think you want to register your business with CAC, you can get me, I'll give you her contact. And you can also do that through me. And you can also reach her through her social media handles, Corporate Matters, on Facebook and on Instagram, or on her personal profile, which is Uju Agu. Thank you so much for coming one more time. We appreciate you. We love you. And we are saying, God bless you. Thank you so much. Thank
Thank you.
you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. God bless you. God bless you.
And you too. Okay, thank you.
Okay,
You are
so
doing.
then we just have to contribute a bit to the society. We just want people to do the right thing. I know how I started and I know where I am. So I know everybody can just start. Just start. Just start. That's my slogan. Just start. Don't wait until everything is perfect. Thank God we have heard that we can actually do instrumental payment. I'm hearing that for the first time. You can actually do instrumental payment for registering your business with CAC. So thank you one more time for coming. God bless. So we're ending this live now. You can always come back to watch it if you want to, if you miss any part of it. Thank you so much. God bless you. Bye
All right.
bye. Bye bye.